Mexican army says it has killed the leader of the country's most powerful drug cartel.
Cartel violence is rocking the nation of Mexico right now.
Mexico violence erupted today after the government said it killed the nation's most wanted cartel boss. It happened in the coastal state of Jalisco.
Violence in Mexico. The military there killed the country's most powerful drug lord.
We learned this morning dozens of Mexican National Guard members were also killed.
At 8 a.m., the Mexican army confirmed the kill of the century, Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, better known as El Mencho, the most wanted man in North America and the leader of the ultra-violent Jalisco New Generation Cartel, is dead. But this victory has come at a terrifying cost. Within minutes of the announcement, the CJNG did not surrender. They declared total war. Right now, Mexico is facing a synchronized nationwide insurrection. We are talking about a catastrophic explosion of violence that has set 20 different states on fire. More than 250 roadblocks have been erected by cartel militias in a matter of hours. Highways are burning, airports are under siege, and the Mexican National Guard is being hunted down in the streets like game. The government cut off the head of the cartel, but they may have just triggered a geopolitical nightmare that threatens to spill over the U.S. border. February 22, 2026, the municipality of Tapalapa, Jalisco, a joint task force comprised of the Mexican Army, the Air Force, and Special Intelligence units initiated a precision raid on a safe house deep in the mountains. This was not a lucky encounter. This was the result of a massive intelligence breakthrough coordinated closely with United States agencies. According to Defense Secretary Ricardo Trevilla, authorities had been tracking one of El Mencho's romantic partners using advanced signals intelligence. They waited, they watched, and when they pinpointed his exact location, they struck. But El Mencho did not go quietly. As Mexican special forces moved in, they were met with a wall of lead. The cartel's inner circle unleashed heavy weapons fire, turning the resort town of Tapalapa into an active war zone. El Mencho and two of his elite bodyguards attempted to flee into the wooded mountain terrain. A running gun battle ensued. In the end, the most powerful drug lord in the world was critically wounded. He was loaded onto a military helicopter for emergency evacuation to Mexico City, but it was too late. He bled out and died in the air. Authorities seized the compound, and what they found confirms the terrifying reality of the drug war. This wasn't a criminal hideout. This was a military forward operating base. The seizure list included armored vehicles, heavy machine guns, and tactical equipment capable of fighting a conventional army. But if the government thought this was the end, they were dead wrong. It was the signal for the CJNG's doomsday plan. Almost instantly, the cartel initiated a pre-planned contingency operation designed to paralyze the Mexican state. This was not random gang violence. This was military-grade counteroffensive. In the western state of Jalisco, the cartel's stronghold, 65 separate roadblocks were set up simultaneously. Semi-trucks and public buses were hijacked at gunpoint, doused in gasoline, and set ablaze across federal highways and key urban thoroughfares. The message was clear: no one moves, no one leaves. Guadalajara, Mexico's second-largest metropolis and a major tech hub, was turned into a ghost town within hours. But the horror was most visible in Puerto Vallarta. Thousands of American and international tourists suddenly found themselves trapped in an active conflict zone. Columns of black smoke rose over the beach resorts as cartel operatives set fire to gas stations and commercial centers, including a Costco. Panic swept through the international airport as rumors spread that armed gunmen were breaching the terminals. People were seen sprinting across the tarmac, desperate to escape, but there was nowhere to go. Every major carrier, Southwest, United, Delta, Air Canada, immediately canceled all flights. The U.S. State Department issued a terrifying shelter-in-place order, effectively telling Americans, do not go to the airport, do not leave your hotel, lock the doors, and stay away from the windows. Because on the streets, the CJNG had initiated a blood hunt. In a move that shocked security analysts, cartel commanders issued a standing order, $1,000 for every Mexican soldier killed. This bounty program triggered a wave of coordinated assassinations. In less than 24 hours, at least 25 members of the Mexican National Guard have been slaughtered in 6 separate attacks. In one engagement, a high-ranking cartel lieutenant was killed while actively coordinating these attacks over the radio. The official death toll currently stands at over 70, including security forces, cartel operatives, and an unknown number of civilians caught in the crossfire. But let's be honest, the real number is likely much higher. Mexican authorities are refusing to release detailed casualty breakdowns, a silence that speaks volumes about the carnage on the ground. The violence has spread like a virus, reaching half of Mexico's 32 states. From the coastal state of Colima to the border state of Tamaulipas, criminal cells are burning vehicles and attacking police stations. So why did this happen now? To understand the timing, you have to look at Washington. The operation against El Mencho was the direct result of a maximum pressure campaign from the Trump administration. President Trump has been explicitly threatening President Claudia Sheinbaum's government. His demand was simple: stop the fentanyl, or we will impose crushing tariffs. And if that doesn't work, unilateral U.S. military action on Mexican soil. Sheinbaum needed a trophy. She needed a win big enough to satisfy Trump and stave off American intervention. El Mencho was that trophy. The White House has confirmed that U.S. intelligence played a critical role in this operation. White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt stated that American agencies provided targeting data to the Mexican government. This was, for all intents and purposes, a joint mission. But in delivering this prize to Washington, President Sheinbaum may have unleashed the very scenario she warned against. This is the Kingpin Strategy in action. You kill the leader, and the organization doesn't die. It fractures, it splinters into smaller, more violent, more unpredictable cells, fighting for power. And the timing could not be worse. We are staring down the barrel of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Guadalajara, the city currently burning, is a host city. Estadio Akron is scheduled to host major matches, including Mexico versus South Korea, in just 4 months. In fact, a playoff tournament is scheduled there in just over 30 days. FIFA is now facing a security nightmare. The CJNG just demonstrated that they can shut down the host city's entire transportation network in less than 60 minutes. They control the roads, they control the exits. How can Mexico guarantee the safety of thousands of international fans when they can't even protect their own National Guard? Independent security analysts are sounding the alarm. Annette Idler from the University of Oxford warns that El Mencho's death is merely symbolic. The infrastructure of the cartel, the fentanyl labs, the logistics routes to China, the money laundering is still intact. Mike Vigil, the former DEA chief of international operations, was even more blunt. He warned that killing the kingpin is useless without a frontal assault on the cartel's infrastructure. He stated, "They have to do it quick, and they have to do it efficiently, because if not, there is going to be hell to pay." That bill is already coming due. Residents in Michoacan and Jalisco are reporting a terror that goes beyond the headlines. They are living in a state of hypervigilance, monitoring bus stops and taxi stands like they're checking the weather. They know that the moment public transport stops, the shooting starts. The cartel has co-opted the transport unions, giving them the power to strangle the economy at will. We are likely witnessing the rise of Juan Carlos Gonzalez Valencia, El Mencho's stepson, as the new leader. But the transition will not be peaceful. We are looking at a period of internal purging, external expansion, and a desperate scramble for resources that will lead to a spike in kidnappings, extortion, and violence against civilians. One thing is absolutely certain. The Mexican army killed El Mencho on February 22, 2026. They got their man. But in doing so, they have kicked a hornet's nest the size of a country. The drug war isn't ending. It is mutating into something far more dangerous. We are monitoring the situation hour by hour. As the U.S. Embassy warns citizens to shelter in place and the smoke clears over Puerto Vallarta, the question remains, was the death of one man worth setting half of Mexico on fire? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Is this the end of the CJNG or the beginning of a bloody civil war? Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell because this story is far from over. Stay safe.